All right, Bonita Bay Club, Justin Smith here. Last session, or last video, I spoke a little bit about setup positions and how they could affect, I think it was putting, but this goes through the bag, all the way up to the driver, which I have today. Now, if we don't set up correctly to what we maybe want to desire, like desired shots or shot shape, high or low as well, we're probably going to have to manipulate something throughout the golf swing. So why defeat ourselves when we're just sort of standing here getting prepared for the shot when we can get really prepared for that correctly and efficiently? Now, I'm going to talk specifically about the driver today. I believe last video I did it with sort of showing the putter and how our forearms can affect, let's just say, the path of the club and whatnot. But today with the driver, now, the reason why I picked this club is because as of recent, I've had a lot of questions about why am I popping the ball up and why am I maybe hitting the ground with the driver too. Now, that simply is we're coming a little steeply or over the top into the golf ball. Now, what does that mean? So for a right-handed golfer, if we took the club up to the top, basically we're getting the right shoulder higher than the left. So it'll kind of look like this. The shaft starts to get more vertical to the ground, and we usually hit some sort of ground with the driver, whether that be before or after the ball, and the ball pops up and or slices. So setup positions for this, a simple sort of rule of thumbs here is procedurally we need to put this club behind the ball and put our lead hand on the golf club. So for a right-handed golfer, left hand on there. So let that grip sort of be your natural arm hang for now, because grip is, we've got a few screens for each hand to see what your grip is. So we're just going to start with this natural arm hang here, ball position about one ball or just inside the lead heel here. Okay. Now, setup position that I do see quite commonly would be when a golfer gets their right hand on the golf ball, they sort of move their right shoulder into it. You can kind of see it from this direction. They move their right shoulder, let's say over or more towards the golf ball, and their right forearm gets a little higher than their left. I mean, this is a recipe for picking the club up and coming right down across it, even if you do rotate. So what we're trying to procedurally get here is left hand on the club. Now, if I kept my right shoulder back and just relax my right hand and turn sort of the pit of the elbow up to the sky and just let that go into the grip, you're going to kind of see how my spine tilts slightly away from the target, just a little bit. Now, the driver is the only club in the bag that has basically the most amount of right side bend or tilt at address and even more at impact, but it also has the most amount of sort of extension of the hips there, and I'll get into that in a minute. But procedurally here, right hand falling, let's go palm up, which is basically the pit of the elbow up, and let's keep that right shoulder back. Procedurally, let the right hand come in here. Like I said before, the right hand might change after your screen, but this is just a start here. So we want to be able to hit up into this. So if the spine angle is tilted away from the target, then we can now launch the ball in the air instead of hitting down into it and having a lot of spin on it. So got a little right side bend here. Elbow, as you can see here, when I do this, you're going to see a little bit of spacing here, just the slightest amount. It's not going to be in this area. So if we set up like this is a great start to hit the ball higher, further, and with less spin. I think everybody wants that, a little bit more distance and a little bit more roll at the same time. So like I said before, setup positions are very crucial, whether that be curving shots, high or low shots. But this is just a simple driver in a sense of how do we get this thing to be long, high, and straight? It's simple as that, right? If you have any questions regarding your setup, your grip, anything that's sort of going on before we hit the golf ball or even just your routine in general, feel free to reach out to us and we'd be happy to help you. But until then, enjoy your summer.